I am so excited to talk about your new book about retail customers. This is something that I have been talking to my team and what I call my oil family for a long time, is that we as network marketing professionals tend to just focus on those who want to do the business and want to propel that way. But really, the focus needs to be on customers. And I'll tell you something before we get started that's kind of interesting, is that we don't really go out and recruit builders. What we do is we take users, customers, and we turn them into sharers, and then they become builders naturally. So I loved your book. There were so many great tidbits. It was exactly what I was looking for. And so I am so excited to hear you talk and tell the team all about your book and give us some great tips tonight.
Okay, well, let's get started. And if you're new to the business, you'll probably have the same problem I did. When I got started, I thought my business was sharing and caring, presenting, giving samples, in your case, maybe throwing a couple drops of oil on the back of their neck as they're running away. And we get hung up with presentations and videos and information. But if you can just consider that our business is getting people to say yes. And the company, they make the oil. You're not picking herbs underneath rocks in China at midnight with leprechauns. And you're not doing the shipping and receiving or being the doctor that formulates and answering customer service. That's the company's business, not ours. The company does everything well. They can even ship to the customers. They don't need us at all. The only thing they need us for is to do the only thing they can't do, which is to get people to make a yes decision to be a customer or to be a distributor. So we are in the closing business. We're in the business of getting people to say yes. So the company says, we do everything over here. Here's a partnership. All you do is get people to say yes. So we are not alternative physicians. We are not shipping and receiving. We are just in the business of getting people to say yes. That's our part of the deal. So the question always is how to get people to say yes, because if we don't get paid. And I'm not real familiar with your compensation plan, but what's the bonus on giving away a lot of samples till you're broke?
I think there is one.
Or is there an education bonus for educating people who don't buy?
There is not. No, there is no commission for any sort of sampling or free education at all.
How about sending people to the website to look at a video? Is there a commission on that? No?
No, sir. No commission there.
So it appears the only thing we get paid for is the only thing they want us to do, which is to get people to make a decision. And once that became clear, well, then I started studying the right stuff, which is how to get people to say yes. And here's what I find fascinating. If we were to ask 100 people, do you want to live longer or die quickly? What do you think? Well, maybe about 100 would say live longer. So they're pretty much pre-sold. And you say, well, ask 100 people, do you want more money in your life or less money? More. So they're pre-sold. So everybody we talk to is pre-sold. But what happens is, and if we follow this closely, here's the clue, is 100% of the people are pre-sold. We talk to them, and they say no. So I'll do this again slowly for everybody. But everybody's 100% pre-sold. Here's the hint. We talk to them, and they say no. And it amazed me that I never picked that up. I said, all right, so all these people are pre-sold. I talked to them. They said no. What was the weak point in this chain here? And that was me. I talked to them. And what I'd done is I took pre-sold people and I literally talked them out of it with the words I chose. And I talked them out of it so badly that they almost said, I'd rather die quickly and be broke rather than do business with you. So it was pretty ugly. So the words we say talks people out of them. And I'll just give a couple words to see how you feel about them. So we say things like salesman. And people say, oh, all right, I have a bad feeling already. or I have a great opportunity to show you. You know, they're thinking run, save yourself, hide your wallet, hide your purse. We start describing things like high quality, $1 million research. They say, oh, salesman coming. And I said all these things and I turn people off. So what all we really have to do is stop talking people out of it. That's it. And we have to use the words so they don't say no. So I'll do a quick demo. But before I do that, if I were to leave you with one thought, just one thought that would be the most impactful for changing your business right away, is how do people make up their minds? I'll tell you about this story. If you remember the story, you will be better than 99% of every salesperson ever in existence. So here's the story. There's a movie that recently came out called Beauty and the Beast by Disney. Now, I don't want to be a spoiler, but beauty wins. Just let you know up in front. So my grandkids come and say, yeah, it's a great movie. Now, I want you to imagine we go to the movie. So I say, let's go to the movies and check out Beauty and the Beast. So we go down to the box office and we buy an overpriced ticket and go inside and we get some value price snacks, some healthy popcorn with extra oil and salt and a nice, 500 calorie soda, simple carbs, and some candy bars to top it off. And then we sit down and we watch 20 minutes of commercials. And he's like, wait, I paid money to come here and they're just showing me all these commercials. I'm pretty upset. So finally they show us previews of the next movie. And it sounds like 200 decibels. And after watching previews of upcoming movies, finally they start showing the movie. And it's a nice movie. We're swept away for 90 minutes in Disney fantasy. And the movie's over and it was awesome. And at the end of the movie, they show the credits across the screen. Disney owns all rights. Who sang this song? Shot on location. Who held the lighting, the grips, and the name of everybody that even faintly associated with the movie. Maybe it won an award somewhere. And we leave the movie. So here's the question: at what point in this timeline, from the very first moment to the very end, from the moment that we said let's go to the movie to the end, at what point in that timeline did we make the decision to go see Beauty and the Beast? And the answer is at the beginning. So how humans make up their minds is this: we make up our minds before the information happens, before the presentation happens, before they even know what it is, before they've seen it, before they've seen any facts and figures, videos, or anything. The way the human mind works is we make our final decision probably in the first 20 seconds. Yes or no? So I'll be the bearer of the bad news, and you could edit this out, but here's the deal. Our presentation has nothing to do with them buying. Our information has zero to do with them buying. And if this sounds strange and this sounds upsetting, don't take my word for it. Don't take neuroscience's word for it. Don't take psychology's word for it. Just look at your own personal experience. I'll do a couple quick examples, and we will see that humans, these two things are very disturbing. Number one, we make our final decision based upon zero information. So how do you feel about the presentation now? And we do it right away before the presentation even happens. And people say, well, that's just insane. Humans don't make up their mind like that. I don't make it. Well, all right, so let's just do a couple examples. How many people here have ever seen a video on YouTube? How many seconds into the video before we've made our final decision if we want to watch it or not? 3 seconds? 5 seconds?
Yeah, not many.
Ever see a man with the remote control channel surfing? Click, 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 click. Women look at this and they go crazy. They say, men are so stupid. They make their final decision to watch this channel before they've seen anything. Instant decisions, no information. Have you ever ordered something off the menu at a restaurant? Before we had all the information, were the vegetables organically grown? Did the chicken have a happy life before they killed it? So we make that decision before we have the information. And try this. Have you ever invited somebody to a meeting and they didn't show up? Have they made a decision? Yeah, and what was their decision? No. And how much information? Zero. Have you ever sat down with the prospect, and for the moment you sit down there, leaning back, folding their arms, snarling, have they made a decision? Yeah. What was their decision? No. And how much information? Zero. So if we look at the reality and just give up the stupid idea we have in our mind that people make decisions 45 minutes later at the end of some presentation, it doesn't work that way. Commercials. How long will you watch a commercial? 10 seconds, 15 seconds before you get hungry? Want to go to the refrigerator? Will you watch it for 30 seconds? Or how soon before you turn the channel or surf to another page? People don't make decisions on 45 minutes of information. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It's just the way it is. But if you look in real life, that's not how it works. So based upon the examples I gave you, people make their final decision on zero information right away. And there it is. Once we know that, that will explain why sometimes we give presentations, we have that terrible feeling that, oh, it's not going well. No, it's not going well. It's already over. We're already dead. So how can we use this to start? Well, in network marketing, there's 2 steps. The first step is we got to get our head right. Yeah, it's attitude, motivation, personal development, set goals, cut out pictures for our vision board, chant affirmations, sing the company song. At some way, we got to get our head right. If we're self-sabotaging, this will never work. And that's a very important step. We don't get that right, we're just dead. But that's only the first step. The second step is learning the skills of how to make it happen. Anybody can cut out pictures of a vision board of stuff they'll never have. What we need to do is get the skills to get there. So if you're on this call, that's why you go to trainings and workshops to learn the word-for-word skills to make stuff happen. So what I want to encourage everybody on the call to do is get the skills. Because you already have your head right, you're on the call. We already got the first step done. But unless we do the second step, we're never going to get there. And I feel bad for people that just keep saying, well, if I just think positive before I go in and person, it'll make a difference. And I'm going to say, no. If you say stupid stuff, you're going to die. So we have to talk to people better. So I'm going to show you a way of just starting off to prove this to yourself. If you can just change a few words, you'll get instant results. So if you have a pen and paper, let's write this down. What we're going to do is something called tiny questions. And tiny questions is interesting. People are busy. They have a lot of decisions to make. They say, what's going to be for dinner? What TV show am I going to watch? What am I going to do next? They just want to sort us out. They just want to say, okay, what do you talk about? Let me make a decision on that because I have so many more to make. So they're going to do it quick. So in tiny questions, the first thing we're going to do is let people know the context, what we're talking about. A sales question just out of the blue is going to be uncomfortable. See how this one feels. I pick up the phone, I call you and say, hey, Mary, what are you doing Thursday night at 8 p.m.? Mary's thinking, ooh. I don't know what it's about. I don't want to commit to anything. Maybe he's going to ask me to do a double homicide or something. I'll be kind of cautious. And when we invite people to a meeting, we do that. But it would be different if I said, hey, Mary, my daughter's getting married Thursday evening. What are you doing Thursday evening? Now it's easier for her to answer. It's more polite because she knows the context it's in. So we have to let people feel comfortable by knowing the right context. So the first question we should ask people is kind of let them know what it's all about. And once they know what it's all about, they can make an instant decision, yes or no. And here's how the mind works. The mind has already made up its mind about everything in the universe, pretty much. The decisions have already been made. If I say Democrat or Republican, we've already made a decision on that. If I say couch purses, we've already made a decision on that. If I say chocolate, we've already made a decision on that. We have pre-made decisions on everything, so we don't have to think anything out anymore. So let's go to the grocery store. Got a cart going down the aisle, going down aisle 1. On the left is a box of cornflakes. Do we stop and say, oh, cornflakes, I wonder if they have a video? Who's the company president? What's the background? What's their quality control? Do they have a brochure? Is there some sort of presentation? We don't do that. We look and say, cornflakes? No, we go right on past it. We've already made up our mind about cornflakes, and we go down the aisle, and that's how we shop. No. Ice cream? Yes. No. Bottle of wine? Yeah. No. We just go down the aisle like that. And if we didn't, we would starve before we got to the end of the aisle. This is how the human mind works. So rather than be concerned about how to sell people, we should be more concerned on how people buy.
Excellent.
People buy a ton of stuff. They buy so much stuff they don't even have enough money for it, so you get credit cards so they can buy more stuff. People love to buy stuff. If we understand how they buy, it's easy. You say, well, my oils are expensive. I mean, this oil's like $30. Well, they buy it. They bought a car.
Great point.
They bought an iPhone. People love to buy. They don't like to be sold. So stop thinking about how to sell people, but start thinking about how the process happens in the human mind to buy. And it's just like that. So I'll do a little example here of this tiny question. So I might start off by saying something not too invasive, not to put somebody aside. Make somebody go like this. You don't start off by meeting somebody and say, how much do you weigh? Are those your real teeth? I mean, these are pretty invasive questions. So you're going to start off in a conversation. Hi, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? We want to start off nice. We have social things. So let's just talk about lavender. Now, I'm just assuming that if there's a nice smell of lavender around, a lot of people feel more relaxed. It's kind of a nice scent to have. So I might say to somebody, do you ever have stress? And what might they say? Well, yeah, I have stress. Yeah. So you might say, would it be okay if we could get rid of it without killing the husband? And they go, yeah. And at that moment, they have made the mental yes decision. Yes, I want to buy. That's just a matter of details. So I'll do it again slowly. I said, do you ever have stress? Yeah. Would it be okay if you get rid of it without killing your husband? Yeah. Done in that moment. Everything else is just some details explanation.
They've already said yes in their own head.
Yeah. It's at that point, we've made the mental yes decision. We're done. So let's try this. Do you like natural better than chemicals? Yeah. Would it be okay if you had more natural products around the home instead of chemicals? Yeah. Done.
Absolutely.
Or would you like to use more natural remedies instead of drugs and chemicals around the home? Yeah, if I could. Would it be okay if I showed you how? Yeah. So how about this one? Do your children brush their teeth?
Boy.
Yeah, twice a day. Would it be okay if they had natural toothpaste so you didn't have to worry about putting chemicals inside their mouth? Now, if they said no, turn them into child services.
Right. Then you can move on. But
You can move on. This is not going to be a happy ending. So let's just try something for lifelong vitality. Maybe you could say something like, do you find dying early inconvenient? Yeah. Would it be okay if we could take care of ourselves so we live longer? Yeah. That didn't take long. And in less than 8 seconds, we're done.
they've
Now,
already shifted and made that decision in their head based on these tiny questions. I love it.
and they're on our side. Now, there's a little trick to this, and I'll explain the trick. The first question has to be non-invasive because we don't want to scare people away. But the second question, if you start off with these 5 magic words, would it be okay if? People will start nodding yes immediately, and the answer will be yes before you've told them what's next.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have a program in our head. Remember the program about cornflakes? We have a program in our head that says if anybody, anywhere, at any time ever says, would it be okay if the answer is yes? The back of our mind goes, yes, 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 high five, totally there. Don't even know what it's going to be, but yes, we are there. And you say, that's how we kill the sales? Yeah, that's how we kill the sales, because we use words that go to programs in people's heads that says no. We want to make decisions quickly. We have a bunch of heuristics or some fancy name that says, if they say these words, this is what we're going to do. That's it.
I know a good one. Would you like to sign up for? Is an automatic no. Automatic no.
I'm thinking they're probably going to get pretty close to 100% no on that one. But here's what I like about networkers. We say, well, it didn't work. It's the other person's fault. Let me try it on somebody else.
Absolutely.
So the words we use, like, would you like to sign up for? How about this one? Would you be interested in 5 words? Would you be interested in death? Or how about this one? I just got involved with. We could feel that in 5 words, our final decision's made. So when I demonstrate this, people go, I don't know. I never thought of that. I'm killing myself with 5 words. And I said, well, would it be okay if you had 5 words that worked? And they go, well, yeah. And would it be okay if these 5 words got people to say yes immediately? Yeah. So would it be okay if I told you what these 5 words are? Yeah. Well, would it be okay if I told you? Yeah. Tell me. And that, they don't pick up that the 5 words are, would it be okay if? But it's natural. I can go to the front of any pizza line and say, would it be okay if I slip in here? 95% of the people say, yeah, just come on in. And it's amazing. So I always get fed first. Would it be okay is your go-to words. So if you have a tiny question and then say, would it be okay if? So let's construct some, because rather than have, 15,000 things we can do, let's just do one thing at the end of this call, get good at it, and we'll prove to ourselves that the only thing between us and where we'd like to be is better skills of words. We don't have to believe more. We don't have to chain affirmations more. We don't have to sing the company song more. All we have to do is learn to talk to people better. So let's pick a product that we haven't talked about. Deep Blue.
Sounds great.
So do you ever get any sore muscles or occasional pain? Yeah. Would it be okay if you can get some relief without drugs?
Yes. Yes, Tom, it would actually.
All right. So let's pick a couple more products. What's another couple we could talk about?
So Terrazyme is a digestive enzyme replacement, which we need in our foods because they're often so cooked and processed that we don't have those, which are necessary for absorption and digestion of our food. So, can I try?
Yes.
You may, Kristy.
I'm ready.
So, how would you feel not, how would it be to, or let's see, how would you like digesting your food better and not having gas and bloating?
All right. It'd be interesting. Yeah, because my family complains a little bit. Yeah.
Would it be okay if I showed you how to get rid of gas and bloating without taking over-the-counter drugs?
Yeah. And just that quick, we are done. No. I hope everybody watched this because what you see is every one of them that we do are works in progress. We make them shorter. We get better words. The ones I did earlier, I practiced. So maybe for 10 or 15 years, so I might have a little head start. But yeah, we got to figure out what it is. And then we say, what problem does it solve? And then we ask them, would it be okay if, and they can decide if they want to solve the problem now or not. So let's pick another one.
Okay.
What's another product that
Let's
has
see.
a benefit?
Let's talk about Claricalm. So Claricalm is a hormonal supporting oil for women. So it's a very, very popular oil for women. So the problem that it solves is those monthly issues that women suffer from.
All right. So let's just stretch this a little bit. You're talking to me, and you take a look and says, you may not need some of this hormonal support thing, but you're a professional, so you know how to handle this. You'll just simply say to me, Big Al, do you ever notice that sometimes your wife gets more upset with you at least once a month? Yeah. Would it be okay if I got you a product that took care of it for you so you can sleep with both eyes closed?
You're so funny.
Yeah. And mention the problem. Would it be okay if? Solution.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do another one.
Let's see. Let's go to Serenity. So Serenity is the restful blend, and it's meant for sleep.
Okay. And so are you allowed to say it helps people sleep?
Yes, absolutely.
Will it help small children sleep?
Yes, sir.
So say, you ever have to stay up late at night because just the children couldn't sleep? They're fussy and making noise, and when they sleep, nobody sleeps. And what are they going to say?
Yes.
Yeah. And then we're going to say what 5 words?
Would it be okay if?
We sorted this out now, so everybody get a good night's sleep every night.
Very well put.
Let's do one more.
Okay. Let's see. Next one would be, Immortel. So Immortel is the anti-aging oil. So it's meant for fine lines, wrinkles, age marks, stretch marks, all that kind of age-related thing.
Okay. So you might say something like, don't you hate it when you go to bed every night and you have to listen to your skin wrinkle? And they say, yeah, if it keeps up like this, I'm going to be one wrinkle away from a prune. Yeah. And then we would say, what, 5 words?
Would it be okay if?
Yeah. Would it be okay if you tried this product for wrinkles so your skin would actually start looking younger while you sleep? Yeah. It's a no-brainer. And at no point did the cost come up because people pay for what they want. Cost is only for stuff you don't want. So if they can afford a phone, they can afford an oil. They can afford a car, they can afford an oil, maybe 2. So it's not the price, it's if they want it or not. So for everybody in the call, the decision happens instantly, no information. And once we overcome our prejudice toward that as the way it works, it gets easier. And for people on the call, you say, well, I just can't believe it. I can't believe people make their final decision before they have all the information. I says, really? So I asked him, have you ever made the final decision to enter a relationship or get married before you had all the information? And they go, ugh. And then it becomes apparent this is how the human mind works. So we just have to learn better words to say, because if we're using the wrong words, we're dead. If we use the right words, we don't talk them out of it. So if everybody you talk to is pre-sold, this is going to be easy. People don't want to put chemicals in their children's mouth twice a day. So would it be okay if they had a natural toothpaste? Yeah. And people don't want to take antibiotics for everything and for sanitizing, and they might be a more natural product for it. People just want cool things. If you have them, it's easy. Just don't talk them out of it. So we have our homework. We're going to make a whole bunch of these for all the products, and you can use it for opportunity. For opportunity, I'll do a quick example. You might say, hate your job. Yeah, that dream-sucking vampire boss is taking little bits of my brain out every day, turning me into a human zombie. Yeah, I hate my job. Would it be okay if we had lunch with Kathy tomorrow and she can give us an escape plan? Yeah, who's Kathy? Let's go meet with Kathy.
I
Or
love the escape plan.
they, do you hate this job as much as I do? Yeah, I hate it. Would it be okay if we went in business together? Yeah. This is less than 5 seconds. Or find it hard to get by on one paycheck. Yeah. Would it be okay if you could have an extra paycheck but didn't have to leave the house? Yeah. Hate warehousing the children in daycare? Yeah. Would it be okay if you could work out of your home so you can be with your kids? Yeah. We could do this all night long. It gets to be fun after a while.
Yeah.
So, does everybody have their homework? I hope.
I would say so.
All I can say is try it. It works. It's how the human mind works. So instead of trying to sell people, think about how people buy. Think about the neural brain science and how we make choices. And if you like a shortcut, read the book, or on the Saturday calls that you have, you can discuss different ways. Easy to do. So anything else you'd like me to cover tonight? Or is this good enough to get started on?
Sir, this is a great place to get started on. I just want to thank you so much for your time and helping us with these tiny questions. Can you tell everybody just once again the name of the book where they can find information about tiny questions and a little bit more?
The book is called Retail Sales for Network Marketing. I've written, I guess, 20 books about network marketing. So if you're a reader, hey, fill up your library. If you're not a reader, at least they're on audio too. Audible makes it so that's much better. The best place to go is bigalbooks.com. BIGALBOOKS. And if you go to bigalbooks.com, right in the middle of the page, there's a giant thing that says free. Click on that, and they'll send you one of the books and 2 special audios from a training session in Dallas, Texas. They'll show you how to recruit more people and some magic words to say. So I hope everybody here on the call can afford free, if not budget it in. But go to bigalbooks.com and download those 2 free audios, learn some magic words to say, and read the book on network marketing. It shows you all the cool things about network marketing we didn't even think about. It's kind of a fun thing to get people excited about the business. So visit bigalbooks.com and start for free and start learning cool things to say.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time and all of your knowledge. It is just such an honor to be able to have you come speak with everybody here in our Big Oil family. So thank you once again.
All right, everybody have a good day. And remember, would it be okay if the second 5 words of those tiny questions will make the second sentence go beautiful?
Hey, Tom.
Just give it a try. Yes.
Hey, Tom, would it be okay if we had you back again in a few months?
I feel so manipulated, yes. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Good luck practicing.
Bye. Thank you, Tom.